Hi, my name is Janae Hartley. I'm going to be doing my first career profile on a family group decision-making coordinator. I'll just kind of run down through that list that we were given. So for starters, the example organization that I found, I looked for one here in Idaho, and it's called Family Connections Incorporated. It's based out of Boise, and the website is fcidaho.com. And it's got lots of different resources and different positions actually that would work well in this field, so take a look. I didn't know anybody in the field personally, so unfortunately I didn't have that insight, but it was still very informative just researching this field. The working environment, generally what I've been able to find is that you're going to be working in a smaller team within a larger organization. So generally you're going to be working with a handful of people on a day-to-day basis, aside from your clients and participants. You also have to be fairly flexible in your schedule. It's one of those jobs where you have to be willing to work evenings and weekends depending on the participant's schedule and upon when you're needed. Some of the stressors, and these will probably make sense more once I've talked about what the job is, but you're going to be dealing with families from various backgrounds, and sometimes just dealing with the different situations that they're in can be kind of stressful. Also, a big part of the job is being organized and organizing the information and patient files that you have and that you've created, and so the organization side of things can sometimes get a little stressful, I'm sure. And then the time commitment. Being away from family at times, I'm sure that would be sometimes hard. Not being able to always commit to family events and things because you need to be available for your job. Benefits of the job that I was able to find, they varied depending on the position and where you were, but generally they all included health benefits. So some of the common tasks, you coordinated the group decision-making meetings, family group decision-making meetings, and you would meet with the participants and do interviews to kind of get a feel for their family life and what they're going through, and to kind of prepare them for what's going to be discussed and need to be discussed at the meetings. Then you're there as a support to those family members and also to the rest of your team that you're working with, which often includes a facilitator and a safety monitor. You also coordinate all other aspects of the meeting, so like the location, the food, if there's going to be food provided, the transportation to and from, and then also the participants, and making sure all their information is there, making sure they are there, and everything in that regard. Let's see. So you also are in charge of kind of taking minutes for the meetings and the different things that happen there so that they can be included in the participant files. For this job, you have to have a bachelor's degree in a human service field or in some other related field. And you also have to have 3 years of experience working with children and families in the welfare system. So that's kind of that's something that really interested me initially, was working in the welfare system, so it's kind of neat. You'd be able to do that and then jump into this kind of a job. The starting salary, I wasn't able to really find starting versus experience salary, but it tended to vary based on your location. So, for example, in Idaho, the salary was around $38,000, whereas in Pennsylvania, it was around $56,000 a year. So that varies a lot depending on where you are. And then one of the last things I wanted to mention about this job, it's just a job that requires, a lot of leadership and organization skills. It requires you to kind of take command in certain situations, and then you also have to possess the knowledge of different foster care services and the welfare system. Thus, you need the 3 years of experience, and you need to be aware of different community resources that are available for the clients that you're going to be working with and for the participants of these groups. So that's my career profile.